Hello guys, it's Benji here. Today I want to welcome you to the second episode of our second season in Pro Cycling Manager 2019 when it comes to our Pro Cyclist mode. In general, I think it's the 11th episode, but that's a pure guess at this point. Now, we've got four one-off races today in the schedule. We start off with Lago Eglia, a hill stage. We've got Kuhne and Nocturne, two cobble stages, and GP Industria and Artigianato, I think that's how it's pronounced. That is another hill stage. So we've got two stages that actually fit us and two that don't fit us at all. So I'm curious whether we can actually do something on those two races, but guess we're gonna find out. Our cobble stat is I think 59. Let us take a look. It is indeed 59, so it's terrible, let's be honest, but potentially the hilly part in those hilly cobble climbs might make us survive it, but it's gonna be a really hard task. Anyway, Lago Eglia first. Let's get straight into that first race. This is what the race looks like. It's quite hilly overall, but we've got a relatively flattish ending. Two small hills before the finish line, so that's gonna be curious because if there are real punches here, then we might have issues. Doesn't look like I see very amazing names yet though. We should have an opportunity. Yeah, I do believe that we can take the victory here if we play it correctly. Let's try and do that. We're a teammate? What? What the hell? Why are we a teammate? Who's the leader? Like, what? Skjerping is leader. Why? No. No way, mate. I don't mind Skjerping being leader, but at least make me leader outsider, because I can take the stage, and I'll prove it to you. We're entering the last 40 kilometers, but not much has happened so far. Gonna try and go for it on this climb. We've got a downhill towards the finish line then with two small hills after that, so we shouldn't spend all our energy yet since there's a plateau at the top. I'm going to try and move towards the front now because we're a bit caught behind. We've got a lot of sprinters trying to take the stage here, I think, because they're all protecting their sprinters, which is really surprising. I'm most afraid of Impy, but they seem to be going for someone else. Nah, probably going for Impy. Anyway, it looks like we've got the Ineos train at the front. Going to try and move myself towards the front now and get a bit of a pace going. We've got the steepest part of the climb at first, then a plateau afterwards, so if I can at least reduce this group by a lot of people, then I should be fine. We've got Pet at the front, catching my own rider to be honest. So that did not end the way I hope it would. Nothing happened in the peloton. 69 people left at the top of this climb, so I think it's either a sprint or that small hill that's going to do it, because at the moment, looks like everybody's just surviving. The small hills are about to come up. I'm going to try and settle myself at the front of the group because that's where I need to use my energy. I think it's quite a lot of climbing here. Quite steep. Kind of surprised about it. Gonna try and move towards a 90-ish pace together with Hamilton here. Looks like we're going together even though probably wasn't Hamilton's plan, but we've got a gap though, so that's a good thing. Gonna try and go 85 now. Conti is attacking, Canola as well. Think we've got it. Don't want to shout out too early, but think we just won Lago Eglia. Without a race, to be honest. So I go 90 again, towards the next part of this climb. Going downhill over here. Think to the left, and if that is true, then we have a uphill again. There we go. 25 seconds to the next group. We've got pretty good riders there, so let's try and up the pace here. It's downhill anyway towards the finish line, so we can go all out, I would say. There we go. We've got a solid gap now, 20 seconds, last kilometer coming in. And we're just going to sprint for it towards the finish line because I think we've got it. There we go. First victory of the season. Lago Eglia. Told you I'd get it. Team manager. Here we go on the podiums ahead of Canola and Conti. Looks like we didn't have the best competition to be honest, but Skjerping again with a really good result. I wonder what his stats are because he's been doing really well so far. I hope I can see his stats quite soon. Very curious about it. Looks like he has solid average. Something like Dillier it seems. Or is that the amount that I know about it? I don't know. Anyway, now we've got a good victory in the pocket here. I'm enjoying that one. Now that brings us closer towards that level 10. Not 9. 5 out of... We had to do work. I didn't even notice. We got first in the race though, so yeah. Did tell my team manager I was going to win, so we did it. Throughout the first season, we actually reached the level that we need to take teammate requests. We can do that, but I personally don't because it's just spending points that we might want to use to change our calendar, so I'm just going to accept it and not care about it. I'm going to continue forward. We've got Kuna Bristol Kuna coming in about 7 days. Before that, we should be getting the pop-up for 55 points again, getting us closer towards that level 10. There we go, almost level 10, 80 points to go. Let's tap OK. We've got Kuna coming in. Kuna Bristol Kuna with bad form. How bad could it be? We can use willpower, but I'll try and keep that towards a race that is a bit more important for us. It's not too much when it comes to cobbles, but 59 cobbles, so it probably won't end too well. Still gonna do my best. Skjerping has a +2 on the day and seems to be getting in a good form at the moment, fitness peak, so he's probably going to be leader today. I'm going to be working for him as much as I can. I have no goals in this race anyway. Very expected, but we are teammate on this one. We have to do some work, I would say, and that is working for 30 kilometers, so that shouldn't be too difficult. The pace before cobble spots is usually a bit low, so I think when a breakaway launches, then I can start pacing at around 60-65ish and not spend much yellow doing so. As you can see, our work is done, 35 kilometers. Gonna try and get that extra 20% in. I think that's around 37-38, so let's do 40 to be sure. That would be like 25. Now, once we're done with that, I'm just gonna sit up and see if anyone needs me throughout the stage, but I sincerely doubt that. It doesn't look like we've got too many cobble sectors in this race, so this might actually turn out better than I expect it to be. Let's see what this does to us. We're still at the relative front. Nope, never mind. Falling towards the back, so let's hope that's just positioning. Oh my goodness, this is a mess. This is a real mess. Can't even get towards the front. Not even at all. Let's try and use effort cursor because the space is like super low for us. This is bad. This is really bad. We're riding so slow, 10k an hour. Holy crap. Buck has a puncture. Bye, Buck. Now, this is gonna cause split-ups. This is just so tense. I thought we were going to make it better, yeah. This is way worse than I expected. Now, we've got one more cobble climb to come, so if we survive that one, I think we should be fine. I hope. The outer quadramont is coming up. I'm gonna try and move towards the front a bit more, which is not working at all. Maybe on the left. Oh, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. Oh, damn, man. There's no way I'm getting through this peloton properly. Let's hope we just don't lose too many positions. Trying to go all out. Fuck off, David Pear. Now, let's try and keep going. Come on, come on, come on. We're riding so slow. It's so bad. I've ridden faster on the outer quadramont in real life than this guy is doing here. Like, he's having a bad day. He's having a really bad day. Come on, man. This has to go faster. There's gonna be split-ups again. There's already split-ups in the first section. 29 people gone. I don't think this is gonna last till the end, though. These groups have to come back. Marku's here. Potentially Viviani as well, but our yellow is gone. Totally gone. Holy. I did not expect that. It's gonna be really hard to come back now. Thought we were going to come back with ease just a second ago, but now that I saw my yellow, pretty much impossible. We actually did come back, and this section here is not a cobble climb, so we should be able to survive that. The only issue is going to be positioning. That might actually be the pain for us here. Nonetheless, we should be able to pass people quite nicely, and we're doing so in the wheel of Tom Laser. Okay, the space is really slow now. Taviras? No, it's not Tavira. Secretario. ASDS Secretario. What a name. It's a Bora rider, so can't be the worst rider if he can go to Bora. Potentially a generated rider by the game. I don't know. Anyway, we've got one small hill there in cobble, and I'm afraid of that one, even though it probably won't too much. Small 2 kilometers towards that hill. It's the Nocturne. It's a pretty small one though, so in the end it shouldn't do anything, to be honest. We've got pretty much no yellow. We're coming back though. Skjerping in perfect shape, so again, super curious when it comes to his stats, because this guy has been really good for the first part of the season. Here it is a Nocturne. Let's try and move towards the front so we don't get out-positioned. It's not even that steep. Look at it. This is the hill. That's it. Really? That is it? we're going to leave the cobble section in first, which is like spectacular. This looks more and more like it's going to end up in a sprint with a smaller group because the peloton is breaking up. That was a weird camera angle for a second there. Anyway, now, as you can see, the peloton is splitting up like mad. We've got Skjerping way at the back, even though he has a lot of energy, so I don't know what happened there. We're still at the front, so we're the only hope for our squad, Adrian Mobile. Now, sprinters are still here. Hodge is still here. I think Viviani was here, but he's gone apparently. So it's Jacobsen and Hodge. We've also got Kees Bol still here, and Matthews. Van Poppel still here. Sprinters are here, so unless we can find a way to attack somehow, we're not going to be able to do anything. Fun fact, I just realized that I could have used my eel ability throughout the whole stage to get through the peloton properly, but I just forgot, honestly. We've got a lot of attacks on the left now. Don't think that's gonna do much. Honestly, I think it's going to just end up in a sprint. It's nothing I can do. Oh my goodness, I followed the rules and then he ended up doing nothing, so I even ruined my sprint. And the worst part is, I used the eel ability with like 4 kilometers to go to get through the peloton, and it's just ruined our sprint because we couldn't sprint because of that. I totally forgot that effect. Now, Ele Viviani on Kuurne versus Kuurne. Despite surviving the cobble sectors, I couldn't do anything. This was like by far the least useful stage on my calendar in the whole Pro Cyclist so far. Now, Viviani won. We finished like 41st, 42nd. And yeah, was not a useful race. Do get some experience from that, 10 points because of our work. Exceptional, so like I explained, if we do 20% extra work, then we can get the exceptional evaluation and we get more points. But I'm not sure it's always worth it to go for it because it uses energy that might restrict your rider from getting more points in the end. This time around it didn't really matter considering we weren't going to get a good result anyway. Thank you. Next, we're going to GP Industria. We've got hill stage all over. Flat ending though, so hilly sprinters could actually survive this one. I don't know. I prefer races where the hill is close towards the finish line. Then we can actually do anything. But now, I don't know. It's gonna be a difficult task. Okay, we're teammate on this one, but we don't have a leader, so I don't know who wants me as Domestique today. Think I'm just gonna go for myself anyway because it's a hill stage. Then again, flat ending really makes us suffer. Actually, I think that this last hill is actually closer to the finish line than I think because it's only 67 kilometers to go, so I think the top is like a good 18 kilometers before the finish line, so the bottom of that climb then might be like 14k to go after the climb, so it is possible. Just don't know if I can survive properly, but I do think if there's a small group with like 15 people or like 5 people, then we could make it to the finish line. Androni setting up quite a pace to try and get at least a few people dropped here. I think at least half this group will be done for at the top here, but it doesn't look like it. People are still following. 59 people left. Oh, 46 people left. Probably 59 in a second though because the downhill has ended. Now the next hill is the last one already. This one here. Can't even see. It's the Carmignano. Yes, I think it has been the same one all over though. It is not the steepest climb. We've got 9% max, 6 average, so yeah, it's not going to be easy to drop everyone. It's not a long climb though, so just gonna do our best and see where we can land on that one. Hopefully keep enough yellow to survive after the climb itself. The pace is actually insane. I have to go like 99 to be able to follow, which is quite surprising. Gonna use my surprise attack. We've got Giulio Ciccone in my wheel, Vendrame is following, Nylands is following. Looks like we don't have a proper gap on anyone though. Nah. Still a very large group. Just gonna stop attacking because I'm spending too much energy doing so. Let's try and recover a bit and see what I can do towards the end, but it looks like it will just be a sprint with the rest of the riders here. The pace is like surprisingly low, so let's try and benefit off of that with a sneaky attack. And I'm gonna just keep on pacing towards the finish line. Energy Shell, 85 pace, 13 seconds down to the group. Mortier is pacing there, 6 kilometers to go. They're pacing very hard though. This ain't gonna be an easy task. Looks like they're catching me. That's a bummer. Stettin are now trying to catch up and they do exactly that. Gonna try and regenerate a bit and maybe retry once I get some red back. But at the moment it doesn't look like they're setting a pace yet, so there is the option to do the same thing in a second here. And I'm actually going to do exactly that. Going to try and move towards the front again. Sneaky attack. They're following. Going to try and do it again. There we go. Mortier is not following now. Going to do it again. Oh my goodness. 2 kilometers to go. This is going to be really hard to make it towards the finish line. Just going to keep on pacing. We've got a kilometer to go. 1.41 kilometer. We're not going to make it. We're going to get overtaken by everyone in the group. My goodness. Sparagli takes it, or is it Ballerini? It is Sparagli ahead of Davide Ballerini, who now rides for Felbermayr. That's a surprising transfer. We've got McCarthy third on that. We tried, but we lost. Well, you sure as hell can't say we didn't try. We attacked 4 times in the last 10 kilometers, I think, but it just didn't pay off. We finish 37th. Well, like, we must attack because we don't have the sprint for it. And during the stage I said that I should focus more on maybe getting sprint, but I might have rethought that because we're going for GT wins. We shouldn't go for sprints like this. These stages won't happen much in Grand Tours, and those are the goals we have. So, in general, we just don't need to care much about these kind of stages and try and focus on getting better in climbing and time trial, and eventually, in total, just being a better overall rider a bit, but not too much, so that we can get those Grand Tours and then afterwards maybe focus on some monuments like Liège or Lombardia or something. Anyway, again, we didn't do what we were asked to do. Oopsie. 0 points. Bit of a bummer, but not that big of a deal. Next up is Nocturne Course. It's a flat, cobbly race. The cobbles are not that special though, but as we saw before, 59 cobble, definitely not advisable. Now, I do think we can survive this. It's a green cobble icon, so it's definitely not a difficult cobble section. And in the end, I just don't think we're capable of getting a good result because of the flat part, not because of the cobble part, because this is just way too flat for us. We gotta work it ahead of the peloton for 30 kilometers. Considering this is a stage we can't do much in, I will be doing exactly that. We did our job. We even did a bit more just to get that extra XP from these useless races so that we can level up a bit quicker. We should really try and focus on getting XP a bit more throughout the season, because in races like the last one, I probably could have gotten the work done and still ended like 37th, but then again, it was a hill stage, so I felt like I could go my chance. Anyway, we've got plenty of races to come in the next episodes that will fit our schedule much better, our type of rider too. The first ascension of the supposed Tien du Dragon, I've never heard of that, so I'm pretty sure that climb is not called that, is coming up in about 2 kilometers. We've got, I can't even click it on the schedule because it's so small. There we go, I can't see it properly. It's 600 meters, just think about that. It's very steep, so I just need to be at the front and go 99 to be able to survive this. And I think, well, actually the last time I need to go 99, but this time around, just stay at the front of the group and we should be fine. 75-ish, and just not fall through that quickly. There we go. Never mind, it's 1.1 kilometers and it's much worse than I expected it to be. We're gonna suffer on this. This is 15%. Even Ghana's riding away from us. Freaking Ghana. Who the hell is Ramul? Never heard of him. All these smaller transfers surprise me so much. Like Vermeulen at Lotto Soudal now. I think it's Emil Vermeulen, I'm not sure about that though. We're now going over that climb for the second to last time. Worst case scenario, I will use my healing ability, but I do think we can move on the right of the road here. Donder's ahead of us though, so that's not very beneficial. Let's try and use our healing ability anyway. There we go. Let's try and move past. And hopefully we survive with the better riders here, although this might become a gap ahead of us. Yeah, these are quite a few gaps to be honest. Let's hope it all comes together now. There's a small group gone, but I don't think that's gonna matter too much. Let's try and recover a bit in this group. Hopefully get some yellow back because that is really suffering at the moment. We've had a bit of an attack by Mercu and Pöstelberger, and the pace in this group has gone up so high that our yellow just vanished. So we've got almost no yellow. We're gonna get in the top 17 at the moment it seems, so that's already quite surprising. Let's try and move towards the front now because this is the last time we go over this climb, so it is the most important time. Let's go 91-ish. Just go all out towards the front group, because if we can catch them, then we might have the energy to do something about it, but our yellow is just flying away, so this might not have been the best decision to go 91-ish on this. Just gonna go all out and see what I can do after the climb. Let's go towards 65 again. Let's try and regenerate a bit, but that's gonna be really difficult. We've got Merku ahead, Personal Beggar ahead. We have no yellow and 5 kilometers left to ride. Okay, we got caught again. We've got no yellow left. We've got a bit of red. Looks like we've got Personal Beggar who's going to be winning this race. I can't respond to any attack, so everyone that attacks just gets away. Gonna try and move towards the front now. Let's try and go 99 and sprint, but we're dead anyway, so we're gonna fall through the group anyway. There we go. Gonna be ending 17th, I think. Or a bit closer. Depends on how many people actually drop behind me, but I don't know about that. Yeah, 14th, I think. Indeed. Pretty good result for Nocturne. In general, not really an important stage for us, but we did get a decent result considering we don't have cobble stats. This brings us again closer towards level 10, and we've got exceptional 2 to our work. Now, I think that's going to be about it for this episode, guys. Next episode, we're going to be taking on the Giro di Sicilia. We've done the same last year, but unfortunately we crashed on the first stage and were injured for 4 months, so hopefully this time around that doesn't happen. Sincerely hope you liked the episode. Have that like button. If you didn't, tell me what's wrong. I'll make it better for you next time. Goodbye, guys.